Lakers in D.C. Both teams were on a back-to-back, and the Lakers win thwarted the Wizards' attempt to win their 16th game. Lakers finished their road trip 5-1, beat the Bucks in OT, and prevailed against Memphis, Brooklyn, Toronto, and the Wizards, who are a combined 140 games out of first place.
That's crazy, because you said they were 5-1 on the road trip, and you only mentioned 4 teams there.
What did I say?
I don't know.
I said prevailed against the Bucks.
Oh, the Bucks. I didn't hear
Brooklyn,
the Bucks.
Toronto,
Okay,
and the Wizards, and the Grizzlies, who are combined 140 games out of first place. Nick, what did the Lakers prove with this gauntlet that they were able to get through?
This is so irritating.
Oh my gosh.
That's on the road trip. I mean, I don't know. They proved anything. They did what they were supposed to do on the road trip. They went 5-1. That's as good as you could have hoped for. And this game last night, if you weren't watching, the final score is wildly misleading. The Lakers were up 10 after the first, 15 after the third quarter, and they were up 14 when they did something, Brew, I've never seen a team do, and they maybe regretted after they did it. They took an intentional shot clock violation with 1:45 left, up 14 to get all the starters out, and then they put in their deep bench, and all of a sudden, 1 minute of Wild's guy Jackson Hayes later. Okay, well, Jackson Hayes last night was minus 24 in 10 minutes.
I'm not saying he should carry the second unit.
I'm letting you know that last night in the non-Jackson Hayes minutes, the Lakers won by 30.
Oh, it's his fault. Jackson Hayes' fault.
He was minus 24 in 10 minutes. So point is, the Lakers blew out the Wizards like they're supposed to. It just didn't end up looking like that. To me, Brew, what they have proven is not on the road trip. It's the last 2 months. Over the last 2 months, they have been, and we can show it to you, one of the best teams in the sport. Now, are they going to get the reward of that, of not having to play in the double play-in, being the 9 seed? I don't know. It's a very tough path, and you're running out of time. There's 1 win separating the 5 seed from the 9 seed, but it's 3 losses separating the 5 seed from the 9 seed, and 2 losses separating the Lakers from the 7 and the 8 seed. So they might be stuck there. I don't know. But I think that they are, in a series, as dangerous as any team in the Western Conference other than Denver, and I think they keep proving it to you. The later we get in the season, with LeBron and AD still healthy, with the offense clicking like this, I like the new starting 5 with Rui, Reeves, D'Lo, and, of course, the big 2. And, Gabe Vincent back, you hope you get Vando back, and it makes them a dangerous team.
There have been times when the Western Conference was this great. I remember a team almost won 50 games and missed the playoffs, which the Lakers would be in danger of doing, to be honest, if this were just the 8-0 play-in. But it's baffling. They have played well for the last few months and haven't moved a slot.
No.
Right? It's incredible because you're playing a lot of the same teams that are ahead of you, but you haven't been able to advance. 5-1 is a great trip. I mean, I don't care who you're playing. And they didn't play good teams. All right? But LeBron kind of laughed off. He was asked, you got road problems. All right? Did this, prove anything to the team? And he said, well, I'm the last guy you should ask about winning on the road. And I get that. It seems like he was referring to the Game 7 in Golden State, which is iconic, all right? But that was a long time ago, and they do have road problems.
Yeah.
All right, they got the worst road record in the Western. You got this graphic.
Yeah, I got a graphic for
among
you.
the Western Conference playoff or play-in teams. And this game, this trip, they didn't beat Milwaukee. They beat without LeBron. All right, Milwaukee's playing like a lottery team. Everybody else they beat was a lottery team. But last year was a problem, too. And the Lakers were better on the road last year than they are this year. But check this out. Last year in the playoffs, 2-6 on the road. The losses, all the losses they had against Memphis on the road, Golden State on the road. Obviously, they lost to Denver on the road. So they were, I believe, undefeated in the first 2 rounds at home.
They were undefeated at home until Denver.
All right, so this road thing, for whatever reason, is an issue with them. And they also haven't fared well against top teams. They got one of the worst records among teams in the postseason against good teams with winning records.
So other than not being able to win on the road,
I don't think they've
against
proven,
good teams, they're right there, dude.
I don't think, like Nick said, they've proven they're going to be as tough now as them. I don't think they've proven it. I think we're giving them the benefit of the doubt because of who LeBron and AD are.
Wild. So this is where, and again, even though it's not the tenor of the show, you make me angry.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to give an opinion. Where do you stand? Other than being a Rice smartass, where do you stand on the Lakers?
I want to see that.
Brew wants to know. We all want to know. We know you have Denver here.
Yeah.
deservedly.
Yeah.
Where do you have the Lakers, and who do you have ahead of them
I
or
thought
behind
your
them?
take yesterday was perfect.
No, that you're not going to disarm me by complimenting
I thought it
me.
was a picture perfect
I want
take
an opinion.
where you compared the Lakers to Tiger Woods, and the Masters are coming up, and like, ooh, once he gets on the, oh my goodness.
Okay, that's
it could
actually
happen.
makes sense.
Like, hey, do you have any proof that it's going to happen? No, but I have great memories.
No, what about
once I
last
see that
year?
red polo,
Hold on.
But if he misses, he made the cut. Oh, watch out now, anything can happen. You hear that Tiger roar, LeBron at
That's not
40?
a take.
Ooh, I started to feel good. Brew just told me they're not good on the road, which I just showed you the graphic.
Yes.
They're 8-15 on the road against their own
Got it.
conference. Okay, and there can't be good teams.
No, but hold on.
So
but
that would be a non-starter for any other team except
I
Tiger
think the
Woods
Tiger
of
thing is
basketball.
a fair analogy. Because we're going off LeBron's legend. He's still playing well, but we're going off his legend and AD.
So I don't know. So
magic.
the good teams thing, I'd like to dive into that because here's what I know. They crush Oklahoma City,
they
right?
got a record.
Hold on.
The record
no,
is
and
what
I
it
don't
is.
know what the record.
They own OKC.
Wait, okay,
they got OKC.
They're
I
2-1 against. They're 2-1 against New Orleans, who's ahead of them. They're 3-1 against Phoenix, who's ahead of them. They can't beat Sacramento and they can't beat Denver. I think they're 2-1, or maybe they split against Golden State. And so when we say they can't beat good teams, I want to know
the Wolves?
who. Say it again.
Josh,
1-2, I believe.
Okay, so I just want to know what we're at. So the reason I said give a take is America knows
that was a take. How much more of a take do you want?
I want to know. You seem to think Brew and I are resting
1-2 against the Wolves.
Nostalgia and kismet to think that the Lakers are a dangerous team to everyone in the West other than Denver. And so I'm asking you, you trust Oklahoma City more than the Lakers?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't care that Oklahoma City can't beat the Lakers. If they played the series,
that one you don't. The last
you trust
three.
Minnesota more than the
Lakers.
Lakers.
They're 1-2 against the Wolves. Yes.
Okay, you trust Minnesota more than the Lakers.
Yes.
You trust Phoenix more than the Lakers.
Yes.
Okay, all right, good. There's
and
the
Denver,
take.
obviously.
But
we're having like a bronze medal conversation. You can't get past Denver. I don't really know what we're talking about.
I do think you have to give Rods. I do think you have to give what he's saying a little respect because I know it myself. And I admit the Lakers have played well, but so is virtually every other playoff team in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
And so I am looking at the West and saying, what I've seen this year tells me a Minnesota's better. Tells me, a Dallas may be better. But I'm saying with LeBron's experience and AD being in his prime and the youth of Oklahoma City, the youth of New Orleans, Minnesota, not really young, but not that experienced. So I am saying my eyes aren't necessarily telling me the Lakers are better than those teams, but I'm saying I'm going to bet somewhat on LeBron against these teams.
So and what I'm saying is that this year, again, Denver has earned the respect historically and this season. They're the best. Oklahoma City and Minnesota are the only teams in the West this year that your eyes are telling you are better, for me, I'm not you, are better than the Lakers. But
Sacramento?
No.
I mean, they're ahead of them in the standings, and they beat them 8 out of the last. But they beat them 8 out of the last 9 times.
If they're so good, why aren't they better? They've been largely healthy. The big superstars have been largely healthy.
Yes.
And they're fighting in the play-in. If they're so good, why aren't they better?
So I think that who they've been the last 2 months, which is what I showed, which is the only Denver and Boston have better records than them in the entire NBA. I think that is a closer indicator of who they are. Which is I'm not sitting here saying that they are some juggernaut. What I am sitting here saying is they are 1 win away, or flip a result with Sacramento away from being the 5 seed right now. And if that were the case,
but it's the loss column. You're playing fast and loose with words. Nobody says they're 1 win behind. No. They always say they're 3 losses.
No, you understand.
Because that's what you need to move up.
I guess, but if they had won one of those games, they would have 1 fewer loss, Brew.
Nick, you should go by the losses.
I agree with that. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I am saying is you take 1 game they lost earlier this year and flip the result. The 3rd game of the season, they lose in overtime to Sacramento. That's what happened. You flip that result. The Lakers are currently right now the 6th seed. And they would be no better or worse had they won or lost that game. but I think you would believe in them more. I'm saying I think that's foolish. I'm saying that if you want to say they can't survive the double play-in, I actually think that's a huge risk. I think they do need to climb out of that spot. But a team that is within the margins of being the 6th seed, for instance, and has been the 3rd best team in the sport for 2 months, and has one of the, I'll be generous, 2 greatest players ever. That's a team that I think is fair. It's not just Tiger this year at the Masters, where he's 200-1 to win it. I don't feel that way.
You don't believe in Tiger?
No, not to win the Masters this year? No, I don't.
I do.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.